Hi, and thanks so much for joining me. Today we are featuring a couple of the new Sisley products I picked up, as well as the new House of Sillage lipstick launch. If you'd like to see that, please keep watching. As promised, we'll be featuring this powder by Sisley. I have mine in the shade 3 Sandy, as well as the bronzer. Like many of you, I have looked at it for a long time, but never picked it up until now, so we'll try that. We'll also be trying on all of the lipstick shades that are being launched tomorrow by House of Sillage, and I think this one's a good one because they are supposed to be various undertones and various shades in terms of light to rich, so we'll try those all on and hopefully give you a good idea in case you were interested. So let's go ahead and get started. I've applied foundation. I went in with the Sisley, the oil-free long-lasting foundation. I have mine in the shade 2 Plus Sand, and I did mix it with this because this is a little bit, just a hair too rich for me. This is the Radiance Elixir by Chantecaille. I mixed this in. It does lighten things up just very slightly for me, so I love mixing that in with foundation anyway. I think it gets a really nice glow to it without ever looking shiny or sparkly or too like dewy. It's more of a glow. So let's go ahead with the powder. I have mine in the shade 3. So they have this puff. Now it looks like it's not that great, but it does have like a velour kind of texture to it. So let's go ahead and just press it in and see what that is like. I feel like for the price of this puff should be better, but we'll try it. So I'm just going to roll it. So you can see a little bit of concealer here. I went in with a Clé de Peau, and I'm just going to roll it on top. Let's see if it enhances my dark spots. That's always a good experiment to see if it makes them any worse when I apply powder. Okay, so it adds color. Do you see the difference? Okay, let me do one side and then the other, that way you can see the difference. So I think it will do a nice job if I have foundation that's just a little bit light, but it is adding color. So, I mean, which is to be expected. It's not translucent or universal. But now I wonder, what does 2 look like? I think this is a really great shade for my forehead now that I'm applying it. I'm just going to press it in where I applied powder. No, I'm just going to press it in where I applied that concealer, and then we'll powder everywhere else. So, I'm just gonna take my Chantecaille Buff and Blur brush and just apply it to the rest of my face. Interesting. Okay, so I do have some like very shallow fine lines. I don't know if it's fine lines, but texture. If I buff it out like this, it doesn't settle in though. But when I initially put on, interesting. Yeah, it kind of went there right away, but if you buff it, it'll be fine. Okay, so powdered, not powdered. Did change the color of my overall face makeup though. Yeah, it deepened it. So if you're my shade or slightly lighter, I think I might go with the other shade. But if you're any more rich in your skin tone, I would go with this one. Okay, so let's go in with just a brush on this side. Let's see if that's any better. Okay, so applying it, actually, now that I've done that, applying it with this puff thing, it's kind of a sad one. I wish that there was more substance to it. I can get the texture to be less evident when I push it in. Of course, I'm pushing in to my skin, which makes sense. So I would definitely apply it that way if you have pores in the front. Oh, I also put eyebrows on, of course. And concealer. Oh, I did use the Sisley concealer. This is in the shade 4, and then I also went in with La Prairie shade 4 right here. So that was my under eye concealer. Clé de Peau, Mocha though, for my dark areas. And that's it. So let me take a look. It's nice. I think, okay, you know what? I think this might, well, let me go back. Let me look at this for a second, and I think I might have some thoughts. I have some initial thoughts. But I have a little scar here. Let's see if we can get that to cover my scar up. Let's see what kind of coverage this has. Okay. Oh, did you see that? That's how much coverage this has if you want it to. It kind of covered that up. Huh. Okay. But I definitely look more tan, I think, with this. Yeah. So now I'm curious, of course, about the other shade, a little bit lighter than this, just to see if it would, what it would do here. I'm a little bit unsure of the undertone of that one though, so I would have to see it in person because this one is nice and warm. What should we do next? Oh, let's do some bronzer. I always love some bronzer. Let's go in with the Sisley, of course. This is a Sisley bronzer. I'm going to use this Ray Morris brush, the Flawless Shader brush. I've made that mirror very foggy somehow. Oh, let's do half. I'll do my forehead and then half. One of you asked me about this packaging. Is it a reissue? Why is this foggy? Is there, oh, it's my fault. There's plastic in the way. Okay. One of you asked me, is this a reissue? And I noticed when I ordered this, because I will always go to Selfridges first, because I paid that expedited shipping for a year. And the prices are usually less when I buy off of Selfridges. So I went there first. And I noticed they had the bronzer but with the silver, and so I don't know. I wasn't sure if it was the same or not. I could have asked, but I just went with this one, the gold. But let me email the company and find out if it is the same. If I get an answer by the time this posts, I will put the answer below if this is the same formula but updated packaging, or if there's something different about this. Because I had the same exact question, but when I get into the mode of shopping and like buying things, I just want to buy them and get them shipped. So I will take time now to figure that out. And then you'll know if you want this, you could get it for less at Selfridges if you want. Okay, so here, well, that's really pretty. Oh, I like it. That is my kind of bronzer. It's golden, first of all. Yeah, and it just melts into the skin. It seems like such a natural shade for me, which is hard to find. So I like something that's warmer but not orange. But if I were to choose between like a reddish bronzer and an orangish bronzer, I would go towards the orangey side. So if that helps, that's really beautiful. I can see why so many of you love this. We're gonna go and do eyes right now. And this will be quick. But I just thought I'd take this out because I haven't used it for a while, and it's very much a fall palette. I almost forgot I had these Victoria Beckham palettes. So we're going to go in with this shade, the Caramel, right here, which I'm going to take it kind of easy because it can get pretty intense quickly. So, and it's the lightest shade in here. Oh, I forgot to put on the primer. Oh well. Okay, let's see how it does without the primer. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this. Is this gonna be a mistake? I don't know. Let's go in with this. I'm sorry, I'm not. Here, we're using this color right here, this purpley color. I'm going to use that Surratt. I'm so excited, but I don't know where it is. Did I put it here? I'm going to use that Surratt purple liquid liner. I'm going to tight line with Cassis. And I think that will work because actually I know it will. I used it this morning. Yeah, so let me do that. Put mascara. We'll be right back. I went in with my Surratt eyeliner in the purple color, and I tried to make the wing not so extreme. I felt like in the video I posted a couple days ago, actually, just kidding. Today is Tuesday, so it will have posted today. I felt like that wing was like really kind of bigger than I really wanted. And then you'll see it though in next week's video because I filmed something for next week at the same time. Anyway, so I felt like that was too much. So I tried to tone it down a little bit. Yeah, so hopefully it's not as extreme as that one. So I went in with that. I went in with Cassis in the tight line area. And then in the waterline, I went in with Purple Choc. So I don't know if you can see the reflective quality there. Then I just went underneath with the brown color here, the darkest brown color. I took a pencil brush and just ran it underneath and added mascara. Okay, let's go ahead with blush. I think this is my favorite part. We're going to take a couple of Chanel blushes, a different combination than we did before, but we are going to start with 6'8" because it's nice and matte. So let's add that. I was looking at some other blushes to pick up from Chanel, so hopefully I will have placed my order by now. I feel like there's so many choices, but then when I look, it's like, oh, there aren't that many choices. So we'll see. Who knows, maybe I'll end up with all of the Chanel blushes at some point. But I love this one just as a base because, you know, not sparkly. I don't know if that's what, I don't think that's what this is intended for, but this little hook on the end of this brush, if I have a little eyelash or something, it just removes it really nicely without disturbing my makeup. Okay, since this is more of a warm, well, I think with that warmer shade in there, I think it is warm. I'm going to take Jersey. Now, I haven't used this as much because it's shimmery. Now, when I'm looking at it now, it doesn't look nearly as warm as I remember it, but oh, maybe I'll order a nice warm blush next time. So I'm taking a little bit on the blush on the brush, and I'm just going to add it as a highlighter and just apply it to this section on top of this blush. So after that whole video where I put the highlighter underneath, I thought I need to start layering blushes. I mean, I already do, but usually it's because of the shade, not because of the finish so much. Starting to kind of play around with layering. I think it was the Chanel. It was the Chanel blush, that shimmery blush I put underneath this blush, 68. Not this blush. See, isn't that interesting? There's a lot more color payoff than I anticipate with this. Okay. Pretty. Now what we're going to do, I thought we could do this in this video because I can't think of another place to do it. We're going to try on all of the House of Sillage nude lipsticks. Yeah, we're going to try on the whole collection, the new one. So I'm going to start with the lightest shade. This is called Nude Sakura. Oh wow, that's really light on me. This reminds me of the 60s, if you're my coloring. Let's see, this is described as a light blossom pink nude. Very editorial. One thing about these lipsticks is that they are really hard to remove because when I swatched them for that video, I had a hard time removing them from my arm, so they do have quite a bit of staying power. This next one is Golden Hour. Okay, that's a much prettier, like really light color on me. Ooh, actually, I really like that one. I feel like this was a color I was looking for many years ago when I was looking at like sable smoke, that kind of thing. So it's like that flesh toned lip shade if you are my coloring. Yeah, I like that one. The Golden Hour is a warm golden tone nude beige. This is, again, tender tone. You'll get a sense of the pigmentation because I don't have lip liner on. Okay, this one is described as medium neutral nude with true beige undertone. Yeah, that definitely is a more beigey undertone. A little bit cooler than the one I just put on. Yeah, this is versus Golden Light. This is more of a neutral tone. The fun part is always trying to fix my foundation after I'm done with all of these. Then we've got Peachfully Speaking. That's the one that I put in the case. Pretty. So that one comes across as, like I thought would, more of like a soft pink because of the warm tones in my skin. That was described as mid-tone peach with pink undertones. That was Peachfully Speaking. Next we've got, what's this? Nude Siren. This is a medium nude pink with beige undertones. This definitely looks cooler on me though compared to the other one, which was Peachfully Speaking, which had pink undertones. You've got the Bombshell. Yeah, these are really, really comfortable. If you've never tried any of the House of Sillage lipsticks, I would try one of these. because I think you'll get a lot of use out of it. This is described as intense nude with neutral undertones. Lastly, exotic rosewood. Okay, that's really pretty. This is described as deep warm nude with medium brown undertones. About this powder first, I pulled up the description online just to read about it. I mean, it's supposed to be a good powder. That's all I knew about it. And it's by Sisley, which has a really good reputation for their powders. In fact, I have that other powder, the Blur Expert by them. I did not apply it under my foundation today though, just to see how this would do. But I am curious to see how it will do with that other one, the Blur one under my foundation, and then this on top. That may be interesting. Ultra soft and creamy. It says it blends instantly into the skin for a soothing sensation and a velvety feel. No powdery finish, imperceptible on the skin. Okay, so let's check that imperceptibility, because when I first applied it, there was just like very slight powderiness to it. Okay, I can't open it though. Okay, one thing I have to say about the packaging on these Sisley, they're so lightweight. I feel like this price point does not match the packaging. I know many of you feel that way. Maybe I don't know. Is it an environmental thing? I'm not quite sure what's happening with the packaging though. Let's see. Once it has a moment to meld with the skin, I don't see any powderiness though, I have to say. But that wasn't immediate. It took a little while for it to meld with the skin. It's formulated with various natural butters, as well as hibiscus flower extract. It brings comfort and hydration to the skin. Smoothing, blurs wrinkles and fine lines. I don't know if it blurs. Yeah, I don't know if it blurs. I'll have to watch that. There's nothing that's standing out to me as blurring though. Maybe there was upon initial application, but it's been about an hour since I put it on because I put on the rest of my makeup. So that didn't last for me so far. This is about the second time I tried it though, so I will keep you updated. Suitable for all skin types, providing unrivaled comfort throughout the day. Yeah, I wonder how this would do on more oily skin, because it already looks different on my skin now than it did when I initially applied it. It looked really nice when I initially applied it. Buildable for radiant, perfectly even, and beautified complexion to suit your mood. So 3 transparent shades, although that's a funny description. Transparent, but a shade? To me, transparent is clear, right? Let's look up the definition for transparent. Allowing light to pass through so that objects behind can be distinctly seen. Like a tinted see-through thing? I don't know, because there are different shades, like I said. Okay, I'm not going to worry that much about it, but that's an interesting description. Okay, it says it looks smooth, even and luminous. I think it looks luminous. I mean, I definitely could use some more powder. Let's add some more. Okay, so this is half repowdering. So you can see if you have oily skin, you're going to get some coming through. So it's not controlling oil, really, but it looks really nice here, I think. I think I get the velvety upon immediate application. So if you have dry skin, this might last longer on you than it's lasting on me in terms of that velvet appearance. I mean, that looks really pretty. So the 3 transparent shades plus a bronze tone to add glow and contour. So again, this is in the shade Sandy. So there's Sandy, Natural, and Rosy. And then there's bronze. And then that's it. So I feel like that's not really a wide range. But let me know if you have this and how, like what your foundation shade is, to see how far we can go with this 3. Because I'm like medium, almost medium light sometimes. And if I'm wearing, that's not it. If I'm wearing this, I'm really curious about 2 now. Yeah, let me know what you think. This is amazing, this bronzer. I love it. So if you have it, I know why you love it. It's a beautiful warm tone though. So if you like golden bronzers, this might be one of the best golden bronzers I've tried. It's definitely up there. That's a quick evaluation, but I kind of know quickly when it comes to bronzers, just based on the shade, whether I will really like it or not. So I can see myself pulling for this one quite a bit. Then let's talk about the lip colors. I'm glad I got to show them all to you. Again, they are launching tomorrow on House of Sillage. I don't know if you can tell, but I looked at my lips here. It's really, and I don't know, that might be one of their claims. Let's see. So these diamond powder lipsticks, they are enriched with vitamin E and precious crushed white diamond powder for a lovely feeling of hydration and radiance. Balanced, weightless, and creamy for an ultimate shine and full coverage with a satin finish. So I don't know if you can see this, but it's like more plumped up here. It's not, there's nothing minty about it though, but it's very smooth here, which usually it's not. I have lots of lines in my lips, and right here, I'm not seeing them, and I don't know if it's because of the exfoliation I was doing, cleaning, taking every lip color off, but yeah, I was looking in the mirror like, wow, it looks really smooth. I enjoy trying all of these on. I think the ones that stuck out to me though were Golden Hour, because it's like the only lip color I've ever tried that has very much a flesh tone on me. It's almost the same color as my skin, which I loved because I've never had a lipstick like that. I loved, again, Peachfully Speaking. I think Tender Tone was pretty as well. And then this one, Exotic Rosewood, I think is so beautiful. I hope that was helpful in case you were considering any of those. Again, those launch on House of Sillage tomorrow. In case you were interested, I will leave a link below. But that's it for today's video, so please take care of each other, stay well. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks!